Okay, so today with us in the OpenSocial container meeting, Joseph Smarr from Plaxo. So Joseph, tell us a little bit about yourself and Plaxo, what you guys have been up to recently.
Sure. Well, it's been another fantastic day here with this group of people. It's amazing to be in a group. You've got, Google people and MySpace and LinkedIn and Plaxo and High5, and we're all just sort of figuring out, in many ways, I think it's going to be the future of this social web that's emerging. And it's been fascinating for us at Plaxo to be involved in because we've been around for, I guess, almost 6 years now, and started trying to solve this basic problem of how do you stay in touch with the people you know and care about, even though you all tend to be moving around a lot and using different tools and services. But when we started, that was like, it was 2002, there was no social web. It was, does your Outlook plugin sync at work and at home, and what about your cell phone or your AIM buddy list? And now it's, what about your friends on, they're twittering and on sharing restaurant reviews on Yelp and on Facebook and LinkedIn and God knows where else. And so this whole thing of sort of how do you still get users back in control and be able to see that you can have a set of contacts that, on different sites. And then for developers, how do you write these social applications? What we've seen, when it's something that just your friends are talking about is so much more compelling than when it's the whole web at large. And how do you unlock that potential? And I mean, I really think OpenSocial has been, it's been going incredibly aggressively fast, but it's really been hitting the right mark in terms of that pragmatic trade-off between something you can really build now, but also trying to have a very ambitious goal. So I mean, we were actually the first site to run OpenSocial live on our site, and we continue to try to stay up with it as much as possible, just because we really want to keep that positive momentum going. And we're at this hackathon, so it's really neat because we have a lot of the sort of top gadget developers and web developers out trying to learn what's new and how they can get involved. And I mean, really at the end of the day, this is a people problem, right? Getting these people together and getting them excited and learning about the same sorts of things that they need to work on. And so, that's why it's great to live in Silicon Valley. We're all, a small car ride away from each other, right? So it's perfect. So I'm very excited. And I always leave more optimistic than even when I came, which is already pretty optimistic.
So a month ago, if I remember, you published on the Plaxo blog a curve showing the number of new users you got when you implemented OpenSocial. Can you tell us what does the curve look like today?
Oh, I mean, our growth is still at an all-time high. I mean, we're setting new records every day. We've had to hire a lot more servers, and it's I'd say OpenSocial in the context of Plaxo, I think, is one of the companies who's really very passionate about an open social web, where rather than being trapped into any particular siloed site, you'll be able to use lots of different services, and they'll all kind of work together on your behalf. And so I think OpenSocial is a great example of how that makes it possible. And I think what we've seen in general is that open is good for business, because all the sites, all the people who are publishing blogs and photos who share them through Plaxo Pulse, for example, that's all getting people to use Plaxo, and of course it's getting them to go back out to those sites, and so then people are discovering, hey, there's this cool site I didn't even know about, but my friend's using it, so let me go use it. And so I think it's one of those things where everybody wins when the things interoperate. This is such an early days that it's not a zero-sum game at all. It's the fact everybody can use a lot more traffic. And so it's been great for Plaxo, and I hope it's great for the web in general. So, and I think that Google, I think, shares very much that same philosophy that if this stuff can really work, then there's so much growth potential that everybody will be able to do well. And we certainly see that happening for us, and I think we're just getting started.
Excellent. In terms of specification, have you implemented the 0.6 specification already?
We're in the process of implementing 0.6, and today was useful because actually I had a lot of questions that I got answered today, so nothing like actually meeting the real people. And yeah, I mean, we're going to try to keep Plaxo up to speed, and we also spent a lot of time talking to the Shindig guys, and so that's really nice to see a lot of that stuff going out. And amazingly, Orchid's already running off of Shindig, it sounds like, so that's really, talk about eating your own dog food, right? So I hope that, it sounds like Plaxo and Ning are two of the big PHP shops that are doing that stuff, so I hope we'll both be able to contribute to the Shindig repository for that, because it would be great. This is really going to accelerate adoption when you don't have to write the stuff from scratch, you just sort of drop it in and it works. So that's I think it was another great decision along the way.
Excellent. Thanks very much, Joseph.
Yeah, so get involved and come find out. Check out Plaxo Pulse if you haven't. Check out what OpenSocial's doing. I'm Joseph at Plaxo.com. If you have any questions, you just email me. Happy to chat.
Cool.
All right.